All right, so, but who enjoyed the polenta fries? Yes, okay. Well, they're a new thing. I've been out to restaurants and had polenta fries, but they're all loaded with parmesan and cheeses, and so again, it's how to master the option without using the usual cheeses, which are high fat and really not good for our heart health. But they have amazing flavour, don't they, cheese? Yeah, it's hard to replace. But anyway, I think the polenta did really well. So this is a really quick recipe. You can have this done in no time. The only thing is you need to refrigerate for a while. Okay, so I'm just going to turn my little pot on and show you how quick it is. So if you've got your recipe there, you'll know what I'm doing here. You can tell me what I'm doing. What do I need first? Somebody yell out. I need some water, don't I? How many cups? 2.5. All right, so there we go. So I've just got it in the pot here, 2.5 cups of water, and I'm going to add to that. Now I've said Massel stock, and everybody who knows Massel's like the give your food a good flavour kick, it's Massel. But if you don't like Massel, there's a stock recipe in there. Did you see on your sheet there? There's an alternative. So actually what I'm doing here is I'm going to put 2 of these Massel spring veggie ones in, and then I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of the other stock that's in your recipe sheet. So that's, I've got that recipe from Jeremy Dixon's Revive number 7. And the polenta flies I made up, but I actually like the Massel and I like his as well. So I've made up that alternative stock. So we've got a combination of both stocks in here. And I'll just put 2 tablespoons in my pot and whisk. So that takes no time at all, and it just needs to come back to the boil. I made a few, we made a few batches, didn't we, Mrs. Anonymous? You don't know who I'm talking to, by the way. She's sitting in the crowd. But yeah, we banged these out last night and refrigerated them. So it'll just come to the boil nicely, and then how much polenta do I need? A cup. I've got just a bit much. Does everybody know what polenta is? Are you all good? So I bought this. Look, this is really cheap. This is cornmeal. It's really good if you're gluten-free. I can look at my gluten-free lady. Yes, there's probably others of you. I bought this at Bin Inn for $3.60, so to feed you all probably cost no more than $7. How's that? Pretty good? And the stock doesn't cost much more. The Massel, this is $3.60 at Countdown. So it's actually very cheap, isn't it? Yeah? Good to see you, Elizabeth and David and Anna. Okay, so this just needs to come to the boil. And for some unknown reason, it's decided to go on the blink. I need my techno man here who just seems to get... Here we go. No. Craig, can you just come in? We need to give Craig a hand because he's always... Here, I've got it right now, Craig. Give him a hand. Yay. Craig's awesome. He just comes at the drop of the hat. And everybody here is volunteer, let me tell you, except me. And maybe Taka. Okay, so that's just going to boil away. And then I'm just going to add the... it's kind of beeping away. I don't know whether it doesn't want to... whether it's having a reaction to the pot. It's one of those... Do you know what this element is? Induction element, yeah, but it's... I don't know why it doesn't want to... So maybe I'll just pretend that it's boiling. So, we're just pretending here. So basically you boil this for 3 minutes, and if it's going to have a hissy fit, I don't know why it is, unless it's not reacting to the pot. Yeah, I might need you here, Craig. I don't know whether you know anything more. Anyway, if it's not going to react nicely, it's got a copper bottom and that's doing it. It's having a hissy fit. Do you want to, Deborah, do you want to see if do you want to just see if we can? But because what I would do once that's boiled is I would put it into here for 3 minutes, then put it into basically a non-greased, or I put a little bit of spray on the baking paper, pour it in there, refrigerate I would have liked to have just demonstrate, but you press it down into your dish for about no more than a centimetre deep, yeah? And because I've already got some that's refrigerated, I can show you what happens next. That was a trap for young players, wasn't it? I didn't know that it didn't like copper bottom. Okay, so I've already got some here. Well, the coarse is for rolling, but I haven't used is that a better one? Okay, I'll just get you to, thank you. Yeah, the coarse, you can roll it in coarse, but actually I didn't have any coarse, and there's one thing I've missed out of this recipe, by the way. Does anybody know what it is? Thank you, olive oil, but I don't think we need salt because there's heaps of salt in the stock. So anyway, I'll just give that another go, just to keep you going. Parsley? Okay, well that's for the end. That's for garnish. Yeah, so, right, we'll give this another go and it might be happy. There we go, all right. Because these elements take no time. So I'm going to put some olive oil in here now while I think of it. And I'll just use so how much olive oil do I need? 1 tablespoon, and this is a dessert spoon, so we'll throw some more in. Okay. Anyway, while I'm stirring away here, I've got the finished article in this dish here. So you basically take it out and just go like smack like that. And I was working with big trays today and I thought, it's all going to break up, but we did well, didn't we, Mrs. Anonymous? Yes. So I'm not actually even going to play with that but all you do is then you just slice it down to the size that you want it. And it's still having a reaction. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You've got the general idea. Make it into slices. And then if you like, you can use coarse polenta, but I'm just using the fine ground polenta. And it works fine. So all you do then is you roll it in the fine ground. See, can you see? You're watching? Yeah. So just roll it in fine ground and then you can give it a spray. Basically put it in a baking paper, so instead of the prepared stuff that's not boiling properly, spray your baking paper, put your polenta in, give it a wee spray, and bake for 20 minutes. Out of the oven it comes, sprinkle it with a garnish with a bit of parsley, and there you go. That's your polenta fries. Easy, it's really fast.